everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a three-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the Panthers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 37 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Back to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. A try here for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Second down and 7. Now Wade. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On first down, it's Wade, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He was searching for a lane, but on that play, everything closed very fast.
Yeah, so far, the one-on-one stuff up front, trying to block those big men, not really working too well. I'm thinking maybe some traps, maybe some sweeps to get them moving. That might help out a little bit to try and find some room to run. Let's go! I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a give right side, Wade. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 59 yards.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
2nd and 4. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. That caught by Trimble. And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go, baby.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Working with 2nd and 5 now. He'll drop to throw. There's Trimble, the tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Keep playing the hard, fellas. Let's get it.
Second and 2. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's caught at the 2. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ball game, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. Now this first quarter, let's just be frank, it's been a disaster so far offensively.
Yeah, already down multiple scores, and it doesn't appear they can get out of their own way right now.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it with Wade. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you. And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Second and 6. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A handoff as they run the counter play. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Packers. A big play there, 83 yards, and the Packers get a score closer. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Come on, fellas.
The Panthers about ready to take over. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They run the counter now on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They're going to look to throw. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
Now, this has been a one-sided first half to this point, no doubt, but at least signs of life here. They're on the board.
Yeah, and I think if they went to the halftime down big with 0 points on the board, it'd be a struggle to see them come out in the second half and play well. So very important, vital here. And if they make a huge comeback, we'll look back at this moment and point to the start of it.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settled for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Panthers.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The Panthers on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed.
And oh, he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Wade.
136 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That caught by Tremble. And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 32.
And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range down just shy of the 20.
So first they cross my mind is why didn't they just sit out the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Packers with a football here late in this first half.
Well, what a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now they're set up in field goal range already.
With a chance to get more. So what you're telling your unit as they go out onto the field is very simply this. We've got 3 in our hip pocket. Don't jeopardize that. Let's attack and go for the big one here. Let's go get 6 and give ourselves a chance to really feel good going into the half.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go in the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this is back to an 8-point game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Russell Wilson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And that one all tied against the visiting Steelers. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And our statisticians gone through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. We'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback. but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
There's Trimble, the tight end. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A solid stiff arm. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there on the catch and run. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 30-line. They'll end up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Was it a breakdown of protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 7th play of this drive coming up. And they're going to go on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Wade. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
58, boys, 58, 58, come on. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the run, it's Wade. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They go again with Wade. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Wade. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. And you've already scored 3 times. You want 4. You want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here we go.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A carry here for Wade. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, comes additional yardage. And when a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, comes additional yardage. Oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the sign judge, and that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient. And